Hello, my name is Don Pifko, and for the last couple of weeks, I've been studying Python, trying to get certified in Python Essentials in Python Institute. So you can see here, this is what Python Institute is. I would highly recommend it. The first course is free, and it's very interesting. They display everything in a really good manner. So right now we're around like halfway through. We're on module 3 out of 4, and around 47% through this module. So we're doing pretty good. So if I pull up this document, these are some of the codes to the labs we've been doing. So I'll kind of walk you through all the different labs and what they want you to do, and then show you the code that we made, how we made it, and what they do when you input certain variables. So then this code right here is, the objective was this, was to have the person input the number of blocks they used, and then it would give you the height. Now you see in this little demonstration to the side, this yellow tower, you see that each layer has one less block than the previous one. So we use that to make some code, so whatever you input, it tells you how high the pyramid is. So let's just say we used a total 60 blocks. It ends up being a height of 10. And one more that we can do is, let's say it's 2. Enter that. It's only going to be 1 block high because we just have 2 blocks. So that's the 2 point whatever. But this is a lab just demonstrating the essentials of the while loop and how to use it. So this next lab right here was called the Pretty Vowel Eater. Now this is demonstrating the use of applying the continue statement. So you see here the objective is to convert all of the words to all caps, which we've done right here. Just having you enter the word, which is right here, then converting it to all caps. Then it removes any of the following vowels, A, E, I, O, U, from the word that you enter. So if we run this, you can see that if I put in like my name, Dylan, you can convert to all caps and take out the N. Another good demonstration of this is Gregory. You see, despite the capital in the first one, it still converts everything to uppercase, and it takes the any vowels out, not Y. So yeah, that's the Pretty Vowel Eater lab. Now this lab is called the Ugly Vowel Eater. This was also demonstrating our use of the continue statement. So this was pretty much the same as the Pretty Vowel Eater, the last one, but it doesn't make everything in the same line. You see if I enter my name, Dylan, I can screw up the caps, doesn't matter. It just does the same thing, but it's not in one consistent horizontal line, it's in a vertical line. So basically the same thing as the last one, doing the same things, just not having it be in a straight horizontal line. So this lab is arguably my favorite. So this is demonstrating our use of the break statement, and the goal of this was to have a code where they'd enter a word. I'll actually run it for you real quick. Oh, let me quick check this. I got that fixed. It was just a bit of a spacing problem. But anyways, if I play this, what happens is I can guess any word. Yes, no, no one cares. Nothing's gonna let you pass through if you don't guess the word. So if I guess the word, which in this case is, let me restart it. You can also run out of time on these where you have to input things, so you need to be kind of quick. So chap, ac, ab, ra. So I can put that in, and then it says I've successfully left the loop. So basically, right here you can see that yup, it's usually keyword, but we just changed that word so people can't tell that that's the keyword. And then from there, you can see that as you enter a word guess, and then if it doesn't equal what you guessed, then it's gonna have you try again. But then if it says, if it does equal the guessed word, Then it prints you have successfully left the loop. So kind of confusing, but a really cool lab that we did. Now this was a smaller one, but just a really quick lab. This was basically where you use this for time and range code, and then you basically put 161, which means it's going to count the time, which is right here, and the Mississippi. So hopefully it'll say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, and then ready or not, here I come. So there it goes. It's a bit of a smaller lab, but still very interesting. So this lab is another one of my favorites. This is basically just loop essentials, and this has where you almost like the word guessing thing, but numbers and a bit more simple. So basically, you see here that it prints "Welcome to my game, Muggle. What's my secret number?" And then right here, you can see the secret number is 777. Also disguised it as money because we don't want people seeing secret number equals 777, so they just guess that. But anyways, you see that you have them input, and then from here, well, it doesn't equal 777. It prints, "Haha, you're stuck in my loop," and then it has you guess again. But if it does equal 777, then it prints, "Well done, Muggle, you are free." So we'll see this in action. So let's say I put in, doesn't matter what I put in, like, as long as I don't put in a word or anything wrong, it's going to say, "Haha, you're stuck in my loop," and then you can do it again. It's gonna keep on going. But then, if I play this, and I put in the right number, which is 777, you see that it says, "Well done, Muggle, you are free." So basically now the loop has ended, and that code is finished. So this is another one of my favorite labs, and it's very interesting. So this was a very interesting lab that was very difficult at the time. So you see here, the goal of this was to have you input any year in the, what's it called? I can't say that, I'm going to butcher that name, but this calendar period. And then if it's not within that, it's not going to be any year, but if it's, that year's 1582, by the way. And then if it's within that period of then to the future, then it will determine whether it's a leap year or common year. So you can see right here we got maths. So the first thing has you enter a year, and then if the year is less than 1582, it's going to say it's going to print that that's not within the Georgia time period. And the rest of this code is basically saying if it's like one out of every 4 years, it's going to be, if that's false, it's going to be a common year. And then we have the rest of this year. And then if it's not that, it's going to be a leap year. So if we run this, let's just put year 1581, for example, because remember the time period is 15821. So 1581. You see that it says not within the time calendar period. So then if we do it again, let's just say 2023, for example. That's a common year. We'll do it again. We'll say 87564, doesn't matter. That's a common year. Let's try and get a leap year. Let's look up when the next leap year is. I should know this, but let's look it up. So the next one is 2024. So we go back to this code, run it one more time, and put in 2024. Oops, ran out of time there. 2024. And you can see at the bottom of your screen right here, it says it's a leap year. So it's a very interesting lab. You can see that we're kind of going back from the most recent lab to some of the first labs we did. You can see how the more recent labs use a lot more math. Very interesting. So you can see that this is another tax. This is calculating, so like a currency called thalers, and it's basically calculating your tax relief here. So you enter your income, and then from there on it determines the amount of tax relief you get, like based on your income, which is your income times 0.18, and then out you have this, and then the final thing is it prints your tax, and then what your tax is after relief, and then the thalers. So we can put in something like 900. Let me see, that's 900,000. So we put it there. That's your tax. So $275,470. So definitely high tax, but it's a very interesting lab that's used a lot of math. So at the time, this was a very hard lab to do, but this was one of the first labs I did. But it was very tricky, but very rewarding after I completed it. So you can see, the goal of this lab is to have it. You put in your favorite plant, and then if you put in the this plant listed here, it says that yes, it's the best plant ever. But then if you put lowercase, it says no, I want big. And then if you put, like, let's say put rose, it said that plant. I can't read some of these names. I don't know why they chose that, but it says that, not blank. So then that's the lab. So you can see it applied here. If I run this, let's say my favorite plant's a rose. It says it's, let me try it, Spathy Iffy, not rose. Probably butchered that, but it's fine. And then if I put in lowercase or uppercase, Bath Iffy LLUM, it says yes, it's the best plant ever. And then if I put in lowercase, Spath Iffy LLUM, it says it's, yep. But yeah, so that's one of the we probably did that lab a couple weeks ago, but it was definitely difficult for us at the time, but it works really well, and it's very cool. But yeah, I would highly recommend Python Institute. The course is free, although it does cost some money for the exam. I would highly recommend it. I learned so much from it. It was really helpful to take notes, and I learned a lot from the labs. Thanks for watching. Bye.